Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back, and we're going to be working in our ballet journal today. So I thought, as you can see, I'm still still downstairs. Will be for probably a couple of weeks until the weather changes. It is a little cooler today, but I know it's going to get hot again tomorrow, so I'm staying put. So we're going to carry on working on this page just because we need to do the other side. I just thought, just move this, could be a bit distracting, so I'll just take that out of the way for a moment. That's what we're going to be using. I don't think I did this on camera. I just added a little bit more embellishment here. I just thought I'd show you that. Just a little bit extra. I just thought it looked a bit plain after I finished filming. So I've added these couple of extra bits because I thought that would make it just finish it off. That was it when it was all closed up. So today we're going to work on this side. What I thought we might do is do some kind of belly band using my snippet roll here. Haven't entirely made up my mind whether we're going to do a vertical one like that or a horizontal one, because what I want to put behind it is a booklet. And actually I think it would be okay this way. I wasn't sure about doing a vertical one, and I was also wondering whether to do two to make it a bit more secure, which I might still do. But I do quite like that. I was going to do some collaging on the background, but I'm not sure it really needs it. I think it might be too much, especially if we do two belly bands. So let's just cut this down to size. Cut it about here, I think. And so if I put that there and could put another one there, I think what we'll do is we'll make the booklet and see whether it needs more than one belly band to hold it in place. But I think that's what we're going to do. Don't want this side to be too bulky because the other side is quite bulky, and I thought it might be a bit too much. So that's the plan for today. I'm hoping I can get this done today. It shouldn't be a complicated one. So, as you probably guessed, I'm going to use the Stamperia paper to make my booklet, well, for the cover. I'll just get this out of the way a bit more, maybe that way. So, yeah, I haven't got much of this left, so this piece is just the front page that I have cut into, and we'll probably cut into some more. Let's move that out of the way. So what have we got? We have this page. Well, the first thing we need to do is measure how big, measure how big our booklet needs to be. That's the thing to do. So it's got to be within the two holes. So no wider than 5 inches. Maybe even 4 3/4 would be wide enough. Yeah. And the height can be, I would say, 7. Yeah, because if it's going to be vertical, you've got to allow room for the gluing. So 7 inches should be fine. And then I can get away with probably just one belly band if I just do it at 4 3/4. Yeah, I think so. So, which means we actually will need a width of 9 1/2. Yes, that way. Right, so 7 inches. I'm just wondering if she would fit because she's rather nice. If I did it at 7 inches, how much of her would we lose? We might lose her hand and her foot. But would that matter? I mean, they'd be implied, wouldn't they? And then we've got to go so that the width would be 4 3/4 on the front. So I'd like all of her to appear on the front. Okay, so she's definitely a possibility for the booklet. This would also work. This kind of page would work perfectly well because there's no particular area that we would want to avoid, and we could always embellish that on the front. Oh, we have this one, and that might also work, but I wouldn't want to lose too much of her. So if I did 4 3/4, we'd lose lose a bit of her dress, but that wouldn't be too bad as long as we didn't lose her head. That would be quite nice on the front. And then height-wise, we're looking at 7 inches. I'm not sure that quite works because it'd be a bit... I could do it from the bottom, but then it would be a lot of piano keys, and I'm not sure I like that so much. Because I've got piano keys on the other side. I think it might be a bit much to have it on this side. I might leave that one. Oh, and then all we've got is the tags now. Right, so I think I've got to choose between these two. I think this one is going to be quite hard to use unless I'm happy to cut her down. So I might do that. I might use that. So we're looking at, it was 9.5, wasn't it? 4 3/4, so we may have to bring it in a touch. Right, so where shall I? Need to try and measure it so I don't lose any more of my lady than I need to. Oh, it's got a bit of glue attached to the edge, and I love the inside, so that would be nice not to lose any of that. Alright, let's have a go at this. It's one thing having the idea in your head, and it's another sometimes actually making it work. So we decided 7 inches was the height, didn't we? So let's cut it to 7 inches and see what we get in the way of width. So I may have to cut it down a bit more. I don't want to lose more than I have to. I know I'm going to need to lose her foot. So be it. And then we can measure the 7 inches from there and see what we get. Get it round the right way. And 7 inches from there takes us to... Actually, that's not too bad, is it? Then you get most of her in then. Okay. I was slightly inspired, thinking this would be possible, by this picture here where a lot of her has been cut off, and I thought, well, actually it still works. I could have cut it and left her hand in, I suppose. Not sure she'd have fitted even then. So we've gone for it. We've cut off a bit of both. But I think if we can keep in most of her, the rest of her, now. Right, I think I'm going to need now I know what I now meant to bring down, and I've forgotten, so I'll have to manage without. Let's see. where would I have to fold her? Well, I'll just fold her so I don't lose her face. That's the thing to do. And then we have to trim. If I fold her like that, I won't press it down too hard in case I have to fold it further across, but let's see how far across we can go. Oop, wrong way round. How far does that take me? So we will lose the other foot as well. I'd rather lose that than her face or any of her body. I think I'd rather she actually was on there. Where's my, there it is, bone folder. Okay, and now we'll just cut this to 4. Okay, silly woman. Oh, hang on. Okay. 4 3/4, or maybe I'll make it a bit more, just a little under 5. Maybe that would be possible. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, well, that looks fine for a booklet cover. And I will round the corners, I think. Yeah. Okay. Oop. Oh, there goes me. The trimmer just fell over. Clatter, clatter. Those bits just in case. Right. Oh, and a bit. Ooh, isn't it pretty? Okay. So let's see. If we put that there, and then we have our belly band. Yes, belly band going down like that. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. All right. Now we've just got to put some pages in. So let's see how it looks on the inside. That's the back. Isn't that lovely? And that's the inside. Also lovely. So yeah, so now we need some papers to go in the booklet. I pulled a bunch of papers out which we'll cut down. So I've got any more woodwork. I just want plain ones. It's for writing, so I don't know about this one. It might be a bit big, a bit small, and a bit grungy. These might be too narrow. Oh, you never know. They might be all right. I don't mind varying the page sizes. So let's just pick a few. Well, I might do a bit of each of them. This is some parchment paper I've had a long time. I bought from Amazon a long while ago. So let's get it to about the right About the right width. They don't all have to be exactly the same width. It's about right. I've got one of these. Quite thin, but that would work fine. And another one of those, but different, slightly different colour, more of a cream. That one. How many should we go for? This is quite similar to the parchment actually, isn't it? It's from a different pad, but it's very similar, so I may not use that. Now I've got some dyed paper, so that will go in quite well. Try and fold it roughly the right width. I think that's food colouring I use for that. Haven't done any dyeing this year at all. And here we've got some avocado dyed paper. Nope, that's too wide. I've got to cut this bit off because it's got my father-in-law's name on it. It's very old. Yeah. I'll get that there and I can trim it down. How many have we got? Got quite a few now, haven't we? We might have enough. I'll just put these to the side for the moment and see if we need any more. So I'm just wondering which would look best on the outside. If we open this up, let's see. Maybe the pink. No, it's too much pink. Blue. Let's cut it. Let's cut it down and see. Or shall I tear it? Nah. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. I will cut. Just to make sure they all get done properly. Right, let's see what we've got now. For some reason now and again my the trimmer won't cut properly, and you saw me struggling when I was doing the blue one. For some reason it went all raggedy, and I don't know why it does that. So I'm not going to worry about it. It sorted itself out. So do I want this one on the outside? Or this one? Doesn't really matter too much. Oops. Let's just retrieve the one that went floating onto the floor. And pop that in there. And then we'll have the pink in the middle. No, I think I'll have that one in the middle. And the pink seems to be much wider than the others, so I might just have to trim that down a bit, or have it on the outside. Let's see how it fits. Yeah, it's sticking out too much, so yeah, I do need to cut that down a bit. Let's see. Yep. I don't mind if it sticks out a little bit. And I'll put this one in the middle. Put that in there. Let's see how it looks on our page. I've now lost the page. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay, let's get these bits off the table, because we don't need them at the moment. Right, so over. I'm just wondering whether the belly band could do with being a little wider. Maybe I could put this onto some of the strips of Stamperia paper that I have left over. I might just go and fish a few out, and perhaps we'll put this, make it just a little bit wider with this going down the middle. Okay, so I've got some of my cut-off pieces. It's quite a nice one. And some of the ones, these are the ones I cut off today. So they're a bit sideways, but I don't know if it would notice too much if I've got my lace down the middle anyway. Because I want it to be a bit more of a contrast, really. Got that. Not sure it matters. I don't want to use this one because I think that's gorgeous, and I quite like to use that if I can as some sort of side tuck on another one, because I just think it'd be a shame to cover that up. So, and of course we've got the other side, so I forgot about that, didn't I? Could use the other side, that would look quite nice. Yeah, there's that one. Well, I suppose any of them would be fine. I quite like how this one says La Danse going down that side there, because that's what she's doing. She's dancing. So actually, I think that one would be quite good. Let's just see how this looks behind there. So I'd have to make sure we allow enough room for it to go behind. So we don't want it any thicker, that's for sure. And it might be a case of gluing it around the booklet to make sure there's enough space. Right, okay. Good. Good. I think that would work quite well. Definitely, I'm wondering if this is now a bit too thick. I might take one layer out. Which one shall I take out? I think I might take out the blue. Not sure about the colour. And it's quite a thick paper. This might be better. That could go there. It might be just a little bit too wide. I might make it just a little bit narrow. I'll cut it. Yes, I think I will. I'm going to give myself a bit of room. I'm going to cut it down just a little. And should cut the width a fraction as well. I might need to cut it some more, I'm not sure. Let's see. Put her there. Put her in the middle. Yeah, because I want to see her face. Either side. And then we've got our belly band to go down, our other belly band, and we could always make this a belly band and put something smaller in here, couldn't we? We could, and I might just do that. So I think that would be fine. Okay, so let's finish our booklet. So I think the only way to fix this is to sew it in. Not my favourite thing, but it's got to be done. I haven't done it for a while, so it's probably a good idea to do it. So I've got some embroidery thread here in the pink, which I think will work quite nicely. Let's just unravel a bit. Now, where did I put? I think I had brought all my my sewing in kit. So I have my book cradle. And my various bits and pieces in here. Probably use a couple of paper clips just to hold it together. Need the awl, and I need a needle. Need one with a nice big eye, don't I? That might work. But if I can't thread it, I'll use this whopper. I'm hoping the embroidery thread will thread through here okay. So this is very thick, so it'll make rather a big hole. And I don't need a really big hole. Don't need all of those either. Right, let's have a go at this. First thing to do will be to, where I poke my holes, make sure these are all where they need to be. I think I might put the jaggedy edge where I tore it at the bottom. Oh yes, there's the middle one. It's all good. Put it that way. Oh no, that's the one I wasn't going to use because it's a bit too, I don't know, it doesn't look right. Looks like it's been used for something a bit fat and has stretched. Put it in its little cradle. And I'm just going to, where's my ruler? There it is. Need to just make sure it's all down in the middle. And the all, right, I'm not going to measure or anything, it's only a little thing. So I'm going to do kind of in the middle. More or less equidistant. And then we've got just going to trim the edge of this thread off because it looks like it's all, unravelling a bit and a bit frayed. Right, I'm not measuring this, I'll cut it after. Alright, I'm sorry that ended up looking much more complicated than it really is. I always get myself in a bit of a pickle doing these, but they're really not that hard. I don't think I'll even do another, still got far more thread wasted than I should have, but not as much as I might have if I'd cut it off in advance. But that does make it a little bit awkward when you've got a piece of thread that's just curling up as you try to use it. So I've got a little bit of torn paper here. I don't know if I've got any washi tape with me. may well put a little washi tape on this afterwards just because I don't want it to tear anymore. But let's just have a look at our booklet now. These pieces of scrapbook paper out of the way. Just trying to keep my space clear because otherwise I just get more crowded in than usual. And yeah. So we're going to put that on, but just perhaps give it a little bit of a space by pushing it in a touch, I think. I've got my art glitter glue. Make sure that grabs at least a bit. Perhaps I will have to try and use some of these Bordeaux clips just to hold it for a moment. So I can open it. There we are. Just hold that in place and then I can put some glue on the other end. Little ones. Side, that's all right. Right. Which is outside the door making faces at me because he's doing some painting out there. I knew he'd make his way along here eventually. Right. About that piece there. So I may have got it a little bit too long. I think that would be, and I might leave this as a bit of a belly band as well. So I'll have to wait till this glue is dry before I add the extra bit of lacy snippet roll. So we'll take this out now. Leave that to one side. Make sure they've grabbed, and I think we need to put some, might put some lace along, certainly along the spine. Let's see what I've got. Rather than sticking with all pink, I might just do some of this lovely minty green, which goes really well with the a sort of bluey, turquoisey colour on the paper. Ooh. Very small pin. That's it. Too big. Might be a little too wide maybe. Yeah, might be. Just a bit of a shame, but I don't want to cover her up too much. I made an effort to keep her face free from the belly band. I don't want to then cover her up with lace, do I? Okay, I'll sort the pin out after. But this piece, that's quite nice if I can get this out. Seems to have got caught behind this other piece. This is must have ordered it like this or something, and it's come all wound up together, but it's difficult to get it out. Yeah, it's been twisted round, I think, to make sure it all stays in place. It stays in place so well I can't get it off. There we are, that's it. I love this lace. And it's nice that it's double-sided, but it's not too wide. Oh, I love that. Yes, yes, I think that's the one. Right, let's do a bit of that. A little wibbly-wobbly line there. Right, my belly band should be dry now. I know it looks a bit kind of domed, but I think it needs to be for this to slide comfortably in. So it goes in nicely there. So I'd like to just add our extra little belly band here and decorate it up a little bit. So I think this is just a little bit long. And trim a little bit off, just trim it a little bit at the top. That's not straight. And a little bit off the top, off the bottom, not too much. Right, so I'm going to, I think I'll use my fabric glue. I'm going to put it on here, actually on the card, so that if this overlaps a little bit, it doesn't matter. Good dollop of the glue on. And I think I might just pull it down a touch. Might have gone a bit too far up. There. Okay. It is curving a little. I think this is where it's been wound around the toilet roll. But I think that's fine because then I can slip something under here as well. Okay. And I wanted to put something as a sort of central focus. So I think I need to put this in first so it kind of works with the booklet. I don't yet know if I haven't quite decided if I want to add any more decoration. I feel like I want to put something down here on the booklet. But let's see what we've got. So I've got a couple of these, what do you call them, cabochon things that are made with my wax, melted wax in the middle. And I thought that would look quite good on there, but it might be a bit of a, might not be quite the right colour. I've got a smaller one which might work better. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. That's a gentler colour. It's got something. Never mind. It's got a little mark on there, but I'm not going to worry about that. I could put that there. I feel like it needs something behind it. Pulled myself out a few options. I don't know about this. This is a doily. I bought a pack of white doilies and they're quite thick. Mostly they're too thick to go in a journal, but of course this one is we can have a little bit more bulk in it, can't we? Is that going to be too much? I quite like that, though I think this might be now too small. So that might go on there better. So that's an option. Or I've got a piece of this kind of vintagey lace as a sort of central backgroundy bit. And I could put a wax seal on there because that will pull in this colour from the background, wouldn't it? I've got this pink ribbon. It's a velvet ribbon, and I think it goes really well with. I wonder whether to put that a little bit of that behind. Just pull myself out a few bits just to see what I could, how I could just enhance the middle of this belly band a bit. If I can do it. I don't know about the fishtail thing. Could try it. If it doesn't work, I'll do something else. Cut it off. Just got to fold it over and then try and cut it at an angle. Of course, it makes it. Now I've done it the wrong way round, haven't I? I always do that. I end up with a point rather than a fishtail, which I've got the other side. So I have to do that. Unless this is too long and I can maybe I cut the other end. that at an angle. Fold that in. Now, is that the right way? That's better. Okay, so I could do that. And then have this in the middle, maybe. Oh, I have too many options, that's the trouble. Or I could put a bit of lace. I need more of a chunk than a strip. I got anything else in my scrap box that might possibly do it? So I quite like this colour because it's a bit more of a contrast. Got that. Or where did my little do that? That's a little big. Work this up a little bit. How's that look? Oh, I think I quite like that. I think I like it better than this. I could make it a bit small, of course. Yeah, just because it's the ballet journal and it's, you know, we're looking at delicate things. I think that might look more delicate. Ideally, I'd be gluing this on with my hot glue gun, but A, I've got nowhere to plug it in down here, and B, even if I did, it wouldn't work because I may have blown it out or something. I did something. Well, I forgot to turn it off is what I did, and it was on for days, if not a couple of weeks, and I didn't realise. So I think I've actually killed it. I'd hardly had it 5 minutes, had I? I mean, I'm surprised I didn't burn the house down, to be honest, but I think it was such a small one and obviously didn't have much of an output power-wise. So it didn't take much to kind of burn it out, I think. So yeah, so I've either got to decide to get a new one or manage without. So for the time being I'm managing without. But things like this, which are a bit heavy, maybe I'm not sure how well it'll glue with the fabric glue, but I'm going to try it, I think. Yeah, I think I like that. I do. Might put it round the other way. I don't know. That way. First of all, I thought I wanted a contrast of lace, but now I'm not so sure. Don't have anything else. The only other thing, oh, I have got that. No. This big flower. I think it's probably too big. And it's upside down. Yeah, it's too big. Too big. Let's stick with what we had. Oh, was that underneath? I think it was. Yeah, because then we have that bit of contrast, but the pink goes nicely. Alright, I'm going to put the pink there because I like it. Needed a bit of colour on here. My feeling. Oh, upside down. Don't really want the fishtail thing at the top, do we? Right, I'm going to put this on here. And now, let's see if this will stick. I'm really not sure it will. I'll have to, otherwise my backup plan would be to put this on, which I also like. Yeah, so that would still work if this one doesn't glue, and I'll have to leave it for some time to see if it sticks. So this will be the last thing I do today. Put plenty on, see what happens. When I come back in the next video, you'll know which way I've gone with it. Okay. Right, that in there, that in there. Right, so that is my page, the back of the other one that we did. Took us two videos to do this side, but we managed to do this one in a day. Or in a video, should I say, not in a day. I don't think I want to add any more. I really quite like it as it is. It's quite lacy and it's quite pretty, and I think it works quite nicely. So there we are. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.